Hey everyone, welcome to the video. This video is a quick fire response to a request by a fellow gamer and dad. And as a gamer and dad myself, I tried to do as much as I could in the short amount of time that I had to respond. That being said, this video is going to be divided into two parts. Part one is going to be about some of the things that you need to prioritize as a new player if you want to progress at a productive pace. I say productive because I don't want anybody to rush the game, but since the division is heavily based on your progression, and many of the players that are playing are going to have limited amount of time, being productive each time you log in to play will best serve you well. So we're going to look at a few ways that's going to make your character stronger and well-rounded until you reach the end game and start taking on the most difficult content in the game. The part two of this video will be after the game is released and I've done some more research and testing in order to be able to share the most effective way to level up and progress through the game in the fastest way possible. This is going to be for those who want to actually blow through the content and maybe those who may want to level up a second character. Now, I will quickly add that if you know any progression tips, please leave them in the comment section because I'm very sure that's going to help people reading through all of this. Okay, here's what you should prioritize immediately you start playing. The first thing you should prioritize is getting XP. Gaining more XP is going to continue to level up your character, so engage in activities that's going to grant you more XP gains. Usually, when you complete little tasks, missions, or side activities, you're going to get XP. So as much as you're progressing through the game, look for opportunities in order to gain XP. The second thing you need to focus on is unlocking your perks and your skills of the Quartermaster. You need to do so using Shade Tech, so be on the lookout for how you can gather Shade Tech, be it from missions, random events, or side missions as well. Also, focus on your base of operations by upgrading all the sections and the facilities. This part of your progression will allow for you to be more effective in the battlefield and make your agent actually stronger. The third thing is to recruit specialists. There are different specialists who are able to grant you some conveniences, like the NPC Inaya Alkalik, who's tied to the crafting at the base of operations. Be sure that these NPCs are recruited immediately you start the game. Also, make it a point to speak to these civilians that are also around the base of operations and at the settlements and take on the side missions that they grant you in order to leverage rewards within the game. The fourth thing is to complete projects in your settlement. Now, the Division 2 comes with a project list for you to do in order to give some quality of life aspects to your settlements. These little side quests, even though they may seem trivial, have the potential to make your life very easy. I think even with the progression here in the Division 2, differing from what we had in Division 1, there's an aspect to strengthening your hub as a player. And so, conveniences that will help your player character in combat and in progression will make a big difference for you, especially when you're strapped for time. The fifth thing that you need to do is to matchmake as much as possible. When you're starting the game, immediately you're able to matchmake for the missions, jump into a group and run missions together. With the new clan systems in place, you might want to find a group of folks to farm content with. Now, to be fair, it could be a hit or miss when you matchmake, but it's worth taking the risk because if you walk into a good group, it's going to be very, very fast for you to complete a lot of missions, gain XP, gain Shade Tech, and be able to progress your character as productively as possible, especially when you have a short amount of time. Now, many people have asked me about the clan system, and I'm still investigating that. I'm very strapped for time, but once I'm able to find out what's going on, I intend to start a PvE clan, and it's not going to be too complex from there. I just need to be able to learn how to commit to actually helping out the clan because my time is actually very limited as a gamer and as a dad. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Please leave comments for other progression tips that you have in order to help people start to get an idea, because the game is going to be dropping tomorrow, and we all know that some people having very limited time in the middle of the week, and even though the game's dropping Friday, we're going to also have people who are not able to play as much as they would like to. And so these comments and these tips are going to help in order to kind of get them to start progressing through the game in a more productive way. Unless, you want to figure out everything yourself and you want to take your time and just chew through the content, that's also perfectly fine. But I understand the feeling of, making your character progress and not feeling like you're falling behind. Either way, thanks once again for your time and your audience. I appreciate you guys. Your feedback and your participation in the last video really blew my mind. That video has just gone crazy, and I appreciate you guys so much. So see you in part 2 of this video, and peace.